What are bonus bucks? A number of people have asked UBidWin to help clarify this main feature of our business model, and therefore I hope this video helps accomplish that task. But before we begin discussing bonus bucks, let's first quickly discuss the background information of penny auction websites in general. Penny auctions really began in 2005, and even the current models are really more or less all based off Professor Martin Shubik's writings on game theory, where he discusses players who make irrational decisions based off a series of rational choices. Now, what a regular penny auction would work is, let's say you have an iPad for $400. Now, keep in mind, in penny auction models, the difference from other auctions is, with penny auctions, you have to pay for the bids. Most auctions, besides penny auctions, you don't have to pay for the bids. So in the penny auction model, you're paying for the bids. Now, you buy $50 worth of bids, and there's an auction for a $400 iPad. If you're going to place one bid, and you'll win with that one bid, it makes a lot of sense. You're going to get the iPad for 50 cents. That's a huge savings. The problem is, it's game theory. There's usually other players involved. And once you have people bidding against you, now you're going to continue to bid to try and make it, because you're willing to spend $10, $20 to get a $400 iPad. But these people are also, and they're going to continue to bid against you to the point where now you've put $50 of investment in bids. Keep in mind, in 2005, there was no buy it now feature, which we will discuss momentarily. But you're going to place $20, $40, $50 because it makes sense to get a $400 iPad for $50. But once the game doesn't end and people continue to bid, now you're stuck with the choice that if you walk away, you just lost $50. And if you continue, you're basically eventually going to spend possibly even more than $400 to try and win that iPad auction. And the first website was actually in Germany to open up a penny auction website. The company was located in Germany, and it was very, very successful. And like all successful business entities, other people said, I want a piece of that pie also, and they copied Swoopoo's business model. And when you don't have a patent, it becomes fairly easy to copy your competition. And so these other people who copied Swoopoo's business model created the penny auction industry. Unfortunately, what that did to Swoopoo is eventually Swoopoo could not deal with the competition, some of it legitimate competition, some of it fraudulent websites, however you want to slice it. And at the end of the day, from 2005 to 2015, hundreds and hundreds of penny auction websites have opened up, and most of them have been closed down because they couldn't handle it financially. Their software ended up being ineffective or didn't work altogether. Whatever the reason being, is that Swoopoo did not survive all the stages of competition. But there were a few websites that have survived and are currently very successful in the last 10 years. But the one issue that almost every successful penny auction website had to address was a lack of customer retention. And what was causing that lack of customer retention was the fact that you would have customers who would buy $50 worth of bids, $100 worth of bids, and they would bid on an auction and walk away with nothing for their money. That usually makes a very unhappy customer. Forget the fact that people who sued and claimed that it was fraud and claimed that it was a scam. But at the end of the day, penny auctions had to deal with this issue, and I believe it was QuibBids in 2009, but I could be incorrect. I just only think that. I believe QuibBids instituted the feature called Buy It Now, and almost all the other penny auction websites that exist today have some form of a Buy It Now feature. What does Buy It Now do? Well, there's 3 different versions that I know of for Buy It Now. QuibBids' version, where the full value of your bid, which in their case is 60 cents, when you place that bid again in an auction, the 60 cents goes towards the retail value. So that if you don't win let's use iPad in our example. If you don't win the iPad, so now instead of paying $400, you placed one bid, you're going to be paying $399.40. And let's say you ultimately place $100 in bids, then you'll be paying $300, and the $100 of bids is deducted from the value to make the purchase. Then there are websites that do partial value because they can't afford to do a full value of the bid on Buy It Now. So it would be that if you spent $100 in bids and you placed $100 in that auction in bids, only $50 let's say, would go to, or whatever ratio they choose, would go towards the retail price. And then you have Deal Dash, where if you do not win the auction, but you buy it at its retail value, what they do is they return all the bids you placed in the auction. So what are the pros and cons of Buy It Now? Well, the big pro is that now customers did not always walk away from the auction with nothing to show for their money. So that did help deal with the customer retention problem a little bit. But the cons are very big. Well, the first one is that a lot of websites, not all, but a lot, and sometimes websites, but not on all products, overprice the retail. And the reason they do that is because really, in the ideal model of a penny auction, the penny auction website makes its money by the customer walking away with nothing to show for their bids. So once you try and alter that model with Buy It Now, where they do see something for their bids, that eats into the profit of the penny auction. So by overpricing the retail, that's how these websites would try and regain some of those losses and still be profitable. But the even two bigger issues at hand are, number one is the customer never really wanted to buy the iPad or whatever the auction item is at its retail value. They wanted to win an iPad for 50 cents. They wanted to win it maybe for $10 max, $20 max, but they never wanted to spend $400 on that iPad. They could have gone to a regular retail store if they wanted to do that. And therefore, customers are almost, so to speak, forced to purchase that iPad against their will in order to regain some of the losses in the auction. And then there's the final thing, that a lot of bidders will place $50 on that $50 worth of bids on that $400 iPad, and it's just not worth the remaining $350, so they cough up the $50 loss, which is really what the websites are, the penny auction websites, or at least some of them, are happy that you do, because that's ultimately the ideal model for them to make profit. So when UBidWin looked at all of this, why did we create Bonus Bucks? And what is the Bonus Bucks model? Well, one thing that makes us not completely unique, but slightly unique from a lot of other penny auctions, is we also have a store. There are other penny auctions with stores, but our store currently has 21,000 products to select from. We hope to eventually have 500,000 products to select from. And how can you buy those products? Well, you could use regular credit cards, PayPal if you want, but you could also use our Bonus Bucks features, which we count towards the retail price and the shipping price. Now, how do you get Bonus Bucks? Well, every time you buy a bid pack with UBidWin, we credit your account the same. If you bought $25 worth of bids, you get $25 of Bonus Bucks, which would be, in our model, 50 Bonus Bucks, because every bid is worth 50 cents. If you buy $100 worth of bids, you get $100 worth of Bonus Bucks, which is 200 Bonus Bucks. And those Bonus Bucks can then go towards buying anything in our store, as well as paying for the shipping cost as well. So what do Bonus Bucks accomplish? Bonus Bucks accomplish a number of things. Well, first of all, one of the issues we had with Buy It Now, is that at the end of the day, the customer never wanted the iPad per se. He just wanted an iPad if he could get it for $10, $5, 50 cents ideally, but he didn't even need the iPad. It just appealed to him if he could get it at an extremely cheap rate. Maybe he wanted to resell it. Maybe for 50 cents it was worth to give as a gift. Whatever the reason is, but Buy It Now is very limited to that one auction product. In the UBidWin model with Bonus Bucks, the moment you bought the bids, you're seeing a return. You're seeing something for your money, which is the Bonus Bucks, which now you're not just forced to buy the item you were bidding on. You could choose from thousands and thousands of products in our store. And as our store continues to grow, it'll have more and more appealing items. Secondly, customers are no longer limited to the product in the auction. We just discussed that. And finally, the way we like to think of it is that really, when you buy the bids, you're really trading off that you're going to buy in our store, and that purchase is going to have ripple effects, because with that purchase, you're going to be able to hopefully win items in our auctions. And so your purchase didn't just get you the the crib that you needed for your new baby born. It also got you a toaster maker, a $50 Best Buy gift card, and whatever else you might win in one of our many auctions. So I hope this helps explain what bonus bucks are, why we chose them over the Buy It Now feature, and thank you for listening.